Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our science lesson for today, which is about Unit 5, Home Electricity. Okay, last time we've talked about electricity, what electricity is, where can we get electricity, and then we talked about devices also. All right. Now today we are going to continue discussing about electricity. Let us start with our vocabulary words for today. The first one is electrocuted. Can you say that? Electrocuted.
Electrocuted.
What do you think is electrocuted? Electrocuted means
ไฟฟ้าช็อต
it is like an electric shock. When you say electrocuted, for example, he was electrocuted, it means he got an electric shock.
ไฟช็อต
Yes,
จะ
next.
ตาย
Expensive.
expensive
Expensive.
expensive
In Thai. Okay. Next is save. Save. In Thai is
ประหยัด
okay. Teacher put it like this. This one should be expensive and this is save. Okay. Okay. Now when you say electrocuted, it means electricity went inside your body. Okay. It's an electric shock. That's when the electricity goes to your body. Next is expensive. When you say expensive, you use a lot of money. It is not cheap, it is expensive. And then we have save. When you say save, you don't waste. It means you keep some. For example, when you say save money, it means you keep some of your money. Or when you say save water, you do not waste water. All right. Turn off your microphone only. Our topic for today is about electricity from the mains. Last time we've discussed about the different sources of electricity already. There are two sources of electricity. What are they? We can get from the mains, and the other one is from where? Batteries. The two sources of electricity are the mains and batteries. Okay. Now, today we will continue discussing about electricity from the mains. Okay, what do you call the place where we produce electricity? Where people produce electricity? It's like the factory of electricity. What do you call that? What do you call that place? It's a power station or a power plant. Yes. Electricity from power stations comes in the mains. The mains means wires carrying electricity. Connect with the system inside the house. When you see the word wires, it means you are using the mains because the electricity from the mains comes from the power station. Okay, they produce electricity in the power station. Now, electricity travels through wires, right? They move inside the wires. Now, from the power station, there are wires going to the street and then going inside your house. Okay, so it means when you say the mains, it has wires that carries electricity, and the wires reach your house, and then that's where you plug in your devices. All right. Now, electricity from the mains are from the inside of the walls. Usually, you have wires inside the walls. Anything which plugs into a wall socket uses mains electricity, right? What do you mean by socket? What is socket?
thing we use to plug the
Plug with a plug and
electricity.
Yes.
electricity.
Yes, it is where we plug in the electrical equipment. It is where, yes,
This socket is look like your whole face.
yes, like like that. Okay. A socket is where we plug in electrical equipment. Okay. Now, we know that electricity travels through wires. For example, this one is a wire. Okay. Turn off your microphone only. And this one is a wire. For example, this is the power station. They make electricity here. Okay. Now, electricity travels through wires only. Wire. It means they make the electricity here, and then the electricity will flow inside the wires. They cannot go out of the wires because they have insulation. It means they have rubber or plastic, right? Usually, wires have rubbers, plastic to keep the electricity inside, to protect us from the electricity so that the electricity will stay inside. And then, since they cannot go out here, they cannot go out here, right? They cannot go out there. So the only way, turn off your microphone, I can hear something. The only way for them to come out is through the what? Through the sockets. Okay.
Teacher.
Okay. Okay, Asadek, okay. Ah. The only way for the electricity to travel or to come out of the wire is the socket. It means if you have wires like that, and then you have a socket inside the house. Okay, this one, for example, is the socket, and then you have holes and holes. From the power station, electricity travels through the wires. Okay, and then it can only come out through the hole of the socket, only here and here. Okay, like for example, this one. That's the only way they can come out because they cannot come out of the rubber or the plastic on the wires. So, we plug in the devices into the socket to get electricity because the socket is the way, it's like the door for the electricity to come out. So we plug in the device to get the electricity. For example, it's a television like this. Mm. Now, from the power station, it goes to the socket. Now, the electricity will come out here. You plug in the device to so that the electricity from the wall, from the wire, can travel to your device and then the TV will work. The TV can get the electricity. Now, how about a plug? What is a plug? A plug is what? What is a plug?
Plug is where we
Is
connect
where we
the device
continue
to
to
the
lie to
socket
the socket.
in order to get
The
electricity.
screen that
We connecting to the socket.
Yes. Now, we use a plug to get the electricity from the socket so that after traveling through the wires, when it reaches the socket, we can now get the electricity from the wall going to the device so that the device will work. Okay. Now, it the electricity travels through the wires. That's why if, for example, the wire is broken, it is cut here, there's a hole or there's a hole here. Okay? That way, if something is broken with the wire, it will go out here. It can go out here. Or if it's broken here, it can go out here. So that's how people get electrocuted or get an electric shock. When you touch this part where it is broken, the electricity will go to your body because it can now go out. Electricity doesn't stop. It keeps on moving and moving and moving and moving. That's why it flows through the wires. It continues to flow. That's why we have unlimited electricity, right? When we use the mains. If you don't turn off the device will continue to work. It will continue to get electricity because there's a continuous flow of electricity from the mains, from the wires. Now, how can we know if the device uses the mains?
Two.
Yes.
You the electricity in the plug is don't stop
Yes. If
on the
it
number.
it keeps on working, it keeps on moving. So as long as, for example, you have the fan is on number 3, you turn on the fan will work, 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 work if you don't turn off the fan, right? It will continue to work because you continue to receive electricity from the wires from the power station.
Teacher, but the socket, if the wire is come to socket and don't have plug like here, it will run like this.
It will keep on moving inside. Okay, that's why even if, for example, you have a socket, and then there's no device. If you touch the hole, you can get the electricity because the electricity is there already. Or do you know, even if, for example, you have a fan and then you plug it into the socket, even if the fan is not working, even if it is off, because you have the plug on the socket, it still gets the electricity. It still uses electricity, even if it's not on. Because you put the plug in the socket, it already uses electricity. That's why uh, it can even cause fire if you forget them for a long time, even if it's not on. Or uh, if you want to save electricity, you should remove the plug also from the socket. Because even if it's not on, if it is inserted into the plug, it still uses electricity. Okay. Now, the question is, how can you know if the device uses electricity from the mains? How can you know that?
If it has plug
Yes.
wires.
Yes. If it has wires, plugs, or switches, or a switch, right? Usually, devices have wires, plugs, or a switch. In that way, they can get the electricity from the mains. Okay. Can you tell me some examples of devices that use electricity from the mains? Let us
Yes.
let us have uh let us have the living room first. In the living room.
Oh,
Hmm?
in the what?
Living room.
In the living room. Television.
Television, yes.
Fan.
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 Air.
Air conditioner. What else?
Speaker.
Speakers. How about in the kitchen?
Refrigerator.
Yes.
Toaster.
Mm-hmm. Do you know? I think almost all of the devices in the kitchen use the mains because uh, the devices in the kitchen, the things that we use in cooking, need a lot of electricity. That's why batteries are not enough for them. They need a lot of electricity. That's why most of them need the mains. No?
Battery. Teacher, the roller coaster it use electricity or not?
Hmm?
Roller coaster.
Toaster
Yes.
for the bread.
Toaster.
What's it?
Battery.
What is it, Natakit? Toaster for the bread? Is that what you're saying?
Toaster.
Roller coaster?
Yes.
Roller coaster? Where you sit and then do like that? You ride?
I
Oh,
know that.
yes. The roller coaster
Roller
use
coaster.
electricity from the mains, of course, because they use a lot of electricity to work. That's why you can see switches and then they need to be plugged somewhere.
What
Yeah.
is
roller coaster.
Roller coaster. You don't know? Let's see.
I know it has a wheel and a cart. You ride the
โรลเลอ
cart
ร์โคส
Yeah.
เตอร์รถไฟหัวตีลังกายังไงล่ะ
Roller coaster. Have you tried? Why did you think about this? Have you tried already, Natakit?
I tried, but
Yeah.
the small one.
I didn't want to try. I don't try.
This one.
I don't try. It was very fun.
I don't try.
Okay. There are small roller coaster.
I am not like this. I only like this. Only like that, not like this.
Yes. Teacher Danica tried the big ones already. The one where you go upside down like that.
It's fun.
Yeah. But scary. Okay, let us continue. How about in the toilet? Are there devices that use the mains in the toilet?
Toilet?
Yes, in the toilet.
Yes.
No.
Are you sure? No?
Auto brush.
For example,
Electricity brush. Teacher, electricity brush.
for example, the lights in the toilet. You don't have lights in the toilet?
Oh, yes.
No, the lights use the mains. They have switches. And also, if you have a water heater to make hot water for the shower,
Yes.
Ah,
I don't have
that
but I have.
Don't have what?
that one uses electricity from the mains. Yes.
But I have sensor shower.
Mm, okay. How? Yes.
I have the heater.
That one.
I don't have a heater.
That one uses electricity from the
I
mains.
have the heater.
How about in the bedroom? What things use the mains in the bedroom?
The air condition.
Mm-hmm.
TV, air conditioning,
What air coordination?
plug,
Air conditioner.
charger.
Yes. Okay. Examples are refrigerator, washing machine, television, and many, many more. Okay. Now this boy has a
and
question.
video game.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of using electricity from the mains? Turn off your microphone. I can hear something. When you say advantages, it means good, the good things in using electricity from the mains. Who's that? Turn off your microphone. Okay. Now, when you say advantages, it means the good things in using electricity from the mains. When you say disadvantages, it means the bad things, like the not so good things when using the mains. How about advantages? What do you think are the advantages, the good things in using electricity from the mains? What do you think? I'll show you. The first one, the electricity from the mains is very powerful, very strong, right? It can make big and heavy devices work, such as a refrigerator. The refrigerator needs to be cold. Now, for it to be cold, it will use a lot of electricity.
And big machine.
Yes, like this one. Teacher Danica has a big machine. There, correct. Like, for example, the machines in the factories, they can work by using electricity from the mains. For example, we cannot use batteries for the refrigerator. We cannot use batteries for the machines in the factory because batteries can only hold a little electricity. It will not last for a long time, right? Next, another one. It is available all the time and is easy to access. Just flip the switch or plug in the device to a socket. When you say available, it means it's always there. You always have. You just have to plug in the device and then turn it on. Then you can use it. For example, you turn on the fan. As long as you don't turn it off, you can use it because you keep on getting electricity from the mains, right? If you turn on the switch, you can use it for long, long, long hours, even for how many days? Okay, because we continue to get electricity from the mains. You just have to turn on the switch or plug in the device. Next, how about disadvantages? It means the bad things or the not so good things about using the mains. Because the electricity in the mains is so strong, it can cause electric shock to people. People can get electrocuted, can get an electric shock
Teacher,
because the electricity is very strong. Yes.
look, picture one.
Yes, if you don't know how to use electricity properly, if you are not careful, you can get electrocuted. You can get an electric shock because electricity in the mains is very strong. Next time I will discuss about electric shock. You can see the do's and don'ts, why we should do this, why we should not do this in electric shock. Okay, another one is we have to pay every month for using electricity from the mains. Every month you will receive a bill. This one is an electric bill. Do you know bill? Do you receive like this at home?
Yes.
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 What does it show you? What does
It
it show
shows
you?
the money you must pay and the money you use this
Yes.
this
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 month?
month or
Yes.
this year.
Okay. Now the electric bill, turn off your microphone. The electric bill shows how much electricity have you used for this month and how much money you should pay for using that. Okay. Now you can see here, this one is 20,196.42. I think this one is a business or maybe a business because it's too expensive. 20,000. Now, how about you? Do you know how much do you pay for the electricity? Do you know how much you pay for your electric bill?
Yes, about 290.
456 baht in my home.
Are you sure? Is that electricity or maybe only water bill?
If
All
water,
electricity in my
water costs 290 baht.
Teacher, my home is 50 baht. Teacher, my home 2,000 baht. Teacher, my home 2,500.
Mm, okay. Teacher Danika's house, I have to pay for 3,600 or 3,500
Oh my
baht
gosh.
because
Oh my
I
god.
have I have a baby, my daughter at home and also my mother. So they stay at home every day for a long time. So they use devices there at home. But uh it depends on how much or how many devices you use every day, right, for the month. For example, now today I think your house use uses a lot of electricity, more electricity than teacher Danica, because teacher Danica goes to school every day. I stay here for the whole day, like 8 hours. So I don't use electricity in my home because I'm outside the house. Not like you stay at home, so you use your devices at home, right? Maybe you pay more than teacher Danica. It depends if you have more devices, if you use more devices. For example, if you have many brothers and sisters, then they will use a lot of electricity. If you have grandmother, grandfather at home, and they stay at home, so they use a lot of electricity also. Then you have to pay more. Electricity is expensive. The more electricity we use, the more money we pay. When you say expensive, it means you pay a lot of money.
Pay a
Okay?
lot of money
Yes.
and then have no left.
It's because they use resources in making electricity in the power stations. And then they also pay the people who work in fixing the electricity, like that. That's why we have to pay for using the electricity also. So the more electricity we use, the more money we pay. That's why it's very important to save electricity, because if you save electricity, it's it's like you are saving your money also. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I will show you a video.
Oh, yeah.
Is your money going out the window? Did you know your money could go through walls? Oh, also the chimney. PSEG Long Island can help you take control of your energy bills. Don't let energy waste drain you and your wallet. Saving energy is also an environmentally responsible thing to do. Our website at psegLINY.com has helpful sections like Understanding Your Electric Bill and Save Energy and Money. Understanding your electric bill is a good place to start. The first page of your bill shows recent payments and your current balance. On the back, you'll see details about how much electricity you've used, measured in kilowatt hours.
A kilo what?
A kilowatt hour. It's basically the energy used to power 10 100-watt bulbs for an hour.
Okay, continue.
Your bill also has a graph showing how you use energy throughout the year. Of course, your usage directly impacts each section of your bill. As the kilowatt hours pile up, so does each section's cost. Delivery and system charges cover the cost to run and maintain the electric system that gets the electricity to you. Power supply charges are the cost of fuels used to produce electricity locally and electricity purchased from other sources. You have more control over your bill than you realize, because increasing your energy efficiency can reduce the amount you pay for energy.
So exactly how can I save money?
By using fewer kilowatt hours. It reduces charges in every section of your bill. You can do that and be more comfortable.
So if I reduce my kilowatt hours, I will reduce my electric bill? Got it.
Homes with poor insulation, drafty windows, older appliances, and outdated air conditioning systems use far more electricity or kilowatt hours than necessary.
It means what? If you have old devices, if you have broken devices, they use more electricity than the new ones, than the good ones. Okay. Now, what did the video show you?
If you don't use that electricity, you can turn off it to pay the money for electricity.
Yes, to save. It is very important to save electricity, because by saving electricity, you are saving money also. Okay. Now, let us do our word wall activity. Okay. We have true or false. Number 1, electricity is expensive. True or false?
True.
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 Next, it's
It's okay
okay
to
to
wait.
waste electricity. When you say waste, don't save.
False.
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 Really, really false.
Electricity from the mains can cause electric shock.
True.
True. Electricity from the mains are from power stations.
True.
True. The last one, the switch of a light bulb is connected to the mains. The switch is using the mains.
False.
The switch of the light bulb uses the mains. True or false? True. Right? Switch and wires and plugs use the mains. I will send this to you.
Send it. Send.
There.
I want to say. Danica rules. No. True. False. True. True. Teacher, ready. Teacher, I'm 22 seconds. Teacher, I am 50 seconds.
Okay.
Teacher, I am 10 seconds. I 22 seconds.
I am 9 seconds.
Okay.
I am 9
30
seconds.
seconds. I am 30 seconds.
Okay. Now, everyone look at the live worksheet now. Okay. For the live worksheet, we have part 1 and part 2. Don't forget to write your name, grade, and number. For part 1, you just have to click on the devices that use electricity from the mains. Number 1. This one is like a nut cracker. You use it to crack.
Nutcracker, I
Yes,
know
the
that.
nut. So, does it use the mains?
No.
No. How about remote?
No.
No. Washing machine?
Yes.
Yes. Toaster?
No.
Bread
Yes.
toaster? Yes. Scissors?
No.
No.
Flashlight?
No.
No.
Bike?
No.
No.
Lamp?
Yes.
Yes.
How about the gasoline?
No, that's not gas. Electric car.
No, this is gas.
No.
It uses electricity. The pump in the gas uses electricity from the mains. That's why if there's no electricity, you cannot get gas. Remember the video before? What will happen if there's no electricity for 1 year? It says you cannot even use your car because there's no gas.
Yes.
Next is this one, the shovel. No, screwdriver.
No.
A clock.
No.
No, this one is not the mains. Not
No.
mains. Okay, next is true or false. The electricity from the mains is in the walls. True or false?
True.
We have to pay our electric bills every month.
True.
Electricity is not expensive.
False.
We must save electricity.
True.
The switch of our lights doesn't use the mains. False because it uses the mains.
ไม่มีอันไหน
Yes.
ใช้ปลั๊ก
And then take a picture.
เพื่อนอะไรค่ะ
Yes. What is it?